Hey guys, you see behind me an LED display, pretty large. Don't know what it is, maybe 16 feet wide. I haven't measured it. I figure around 16 feet wide. I got a video of one of my co-workers' YouTube videos running right now in the background, just giving them watch hours, but we're doing a test on this LED display. And what it is, it's composed of 8 modules wide, 5 modules tall. It has a pixel pitch of around, I think it was 6 millimeters. You can get a lot lower now. This screen's a few years old. Pixel pitch is the space between the LEDs that are making the screen. The video recording does not show it as clear as what it is. But this size screen, you would want to see it at around 15 meters distance from you. So we'll say 45 feet. So if this is up in the air and then you're on the ground, laterally, maybe 30 feet. The diagonal angle makes a difference. But, I'm right here. It looks pretty good to me here. You do see a little bit of the pixelation, but it looks really good. I wish that the recording showed it as well as it did in person. But as you get further away, it looks killer. I'll show you guys. Those are, sorry, I'm not used to doing this. That there, look at that little icebreaker. It's a kayak. That there and the one over there, those are chain blocks. A little bit of a sketchy rigging going on here, but it's just a temporary setup to do a test. You do have to rig it pretty dead straight when you put these together, because if you can imagine, it is 40 squares put together, and if you do have any flexing or deviation in your joint, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger as you go along. Connecting them vertically is we have cam locks, and then horizontally are these latches. And you should be seeing a video of that right now, or pictures of that right now. So here we are behind it. These are all the modules. It's got some temporary rigging up at the top there to hold it. That's a custom bar that we got made to be able to suspend it in a certain configuration. And you see all the different modules here. And these modules are connected together with cam locks on the vertical joint, and on the horizontal joint has these kind of like cam locks there, but they're tapered screws in the, sorry, my finger's in the way. Tapered screws in the back, and this kind of latches into place. And there are pins that align everything. And this is the, you can hook up a laptop, you can hook up all kinds of things. This is the video processor, the LED video processor here. You can have multiple inputs. You can save some images, whatever you want to. And then this is the LED control module. And essentially it just runs a display cable over to there, or whatever one that is, and then it converts it and sends it out on CAT cable. I believe that the power supply was overheating, and after a while it started to wreak havoc on this machine. There's no internal fan in there, so I might add a fan. I took the cover off and it seems to be working now. And I'll open up one of these modules and show you what it's all about. And then the back of these things open up pretty well, and I'll show you guys what to do, but maintenance is pretty easy. I'm going to show you this a little bit more in detail, but the whole front here, you can remove the squares, so I hope it doesn't mess up the picture. So you can start to see the pixels better now, and that's a 6 millimeter pixel spacing between the center of this one and the center of this one here. And if you can look really close, you can see the different colors. I hope you're not getting dizzy. These modules, they do snap open. They're held in place with magnets. Should use a special tool to open this up. Hold on. Let's see if I can get it. Let me pause you. There we go. So these modules, they are removable. They're held in place with magnets. These ones, well, the magnets are there. These are metal. And they are adjustable, so you can make sure they're flush in the front. And you can see here we have the ribbons that connect them. They do daisy chain horizontally, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Each module has 9 squares like this. So the top row has its own source ribbon, the middle does, and then the bottom does. And within the panel, they daisy chain. You can see here, I don't know if you see it right there, that black line right there. So that's because it's not, they're not adjusted right now. You can adjust the cabinets. There are pins that align them up, and then horizontally as well. We just threw this up quickly to do a test. And so that is Bob kayaking. And that's it. I'll show you guys the back side of it. And it's a pretty cool thing to work with. I'm by no means an expert on these things. I've been working with these long enough, but and I've troubleshooted a lot of problems with these things. I've repaired a lot of these things. And you know, for the most part, they're modular, they're easy to fix. But I'm sure there's guys out there who know a heck of a lot more than I do. So, the little icebreaker. Alright guys, I'll show you guys the inside of the module itself. So here we see the front of a display panel. The front is composed of 3 squares by 3 squares, these LED pads, or these modules. And you can pop these out. They're just a ribbon that go to them. And you have these screws here that are the magnets that allow you to adjust them to make them flush. So here you can see it's not flush. So what we would do is we would screw in this screw to the proper depth, and then we would get it to line up flush. The back panel itself, inside, it opens up. There's a door here. Just take out 2 screws. And you can see here we have our power supply. Now our power comes in on one end. It's I believe that's a Nutrix connector. Comes in and it just goes through to the power supply and back out, so you can daisy chain the power. And then here you see we have our source, our video signal coming in. It goes to the memory card or the video card, and then that from there that daisy chains and goes back out to here. And the way that you link these things is in order. You'll do one data cable in from the controller, and then from there you just go through your whole screen in whatever configuration you want to. And all these parts have they're full. There's all kinds of replacement parts for these things here. I've had to change a couple of these, a couple of power supplies. Always have spares so you don't have to do too much work. If you as you're setting up, you can have the screen illuminated and you can see right away if you're having issues. But it's pretty simple to change out either one of those 9 LED modules, or the power supply, or the video card. And pretty simple. I'll just show you guys the here. There's a lot to the configuration, but here it's pretty simple. If you're doing 8 horizontal and 5 vertical, you just fill it out up here. And let's just undo this, and I'm gonna go 0.8. So now it's a fresh start. And so we're starting here. That's where our cable has come into at the top, and then we just go along, and you can see it changes the number of the unit as it comes along. And then we jump down with our signal cable, we come across, and we just keep going in a daisy chain fashion. And up to 40, so it says number 40 right there. And then all we would do from there is we would send this to our card. We would send to card and save to card, and that would sync it. So if we had a different configuration, we would just go, say, 5x5, or if we wanted to go 2x10, you can do that. And then it would set it up how you want to. And what you could do is you can have, let's say on a stage, you had, say, 10 screens that were all together, and if they were motorized and you want to split them 2x2 to look like columns, you would set up different, you could do it 2 ways, but you could set up like as one screen, another screen, another screen, and another screen, and you can have the image be split amongst those 5 setups, so that when they're together they look like one, and then they separate, they look like columns. You could also, if you had 10 across and say 10 down, you can number the first screen in order, and then you would start the second screen, the third screen, and you can have a movable cable between them. There's a couple options you can do for the layout, but this is pretty simple. 8 wide, 5 tall, and that's it. So that's the basics of setting up. There's other stuff that you have to do, but calibration and everything, but that's why we do it here. We test it. If we need to, we do a major calibration, and then they reuse the modules when they install it.